walk through fire, bodies weary, spirits tested. But from the ashes they rose brighter. Two women, two warriors, and two women, two warriors, two stories stitched with love. Scars don't chain us down, they're maps of battles won. We rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining through the storm. The strength of a woman is to rise and rise once more. The world whispered, too hard, too heavy. They answered back, watch us. Even when the pain tried to break them, they move the mountains with love. Oh, we rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining.
What is up?
Hey, how's it going today?
Very well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm enjoying this nice rainy day here.
It's raining here as well. Is everybody else getting rain today? Is this a nationwide, worldwide situation? We
I
have
see some head shakes on the other side over there. There's some sunshine in that car. So
It
I'll leave.
looks rainy, but I get it. No rain there. So it's just the central time zone.
Yeah, I guess so. Welcome in Facebook, YouTube. Remember, if you are following along and you're trying to keep up with the Grit and Glitter guys, we have our official YouTube up and going. So go over there and subscribe, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. And we have several platforms going. So we do have multiple conversations going. If you are joining in on Facebook or YouTube at any place, let us know and let us know where you're coming from so we can see you. Just say hi and it tells us where you're coming in from.
And you guys
So,
remember that we are
yes,
not professionals, not medical professionals. We are not physical trainings. Oh, we are physical training professionals. But mental health professionals, we are not here for that. We are here to give you support, community, and show you the right direction, maybe to go be inspired to do your own research and take your own steps that work best for you. We also want to hear from you guys. So like, love, share, make sure to comment, make sure to hashtag replay, do all the things, and we shall begin. We have an amazing day as always for you today, bringing awareness to not only yourself, but everyone around you.
yeah, yeah. Just remember that today's topics these are going to be some tender, powerful, and real human stuff, right? It's going to be, we're bringing in that sweet little touch that we like to do at the end, but there is a lot of heart that's going into this conversation today. So we face very hard things, but we want to leave room for that joy.
Exactly. And
So,
today is going to prove on both sides that that duality definitely exists today. Created in 2014. Today is World Pancreatic Cancer Day. This holds heavy and important place in so many hearts. Cancer is often diagnosed late because symptoms can be subtle, and it remains one of the hardest to actually detect early. Today is really about just raising awareness and pushing for better research, honoring families that have walked this journey, and just holding space for you guys. So thank you, E, for the gorgeous artwork that we have over here on Clapper. If you aren't joining us on platforms, we are everywhere. iHeartRadio, we've got the podcast, we've got Facebook, like she mentioned earlier, we have 3 different channels this posts on YouTube because again, this space ripple effect I think is a different ripple effect than most people are sending out, and I think it's important. And we only take up a little bit of your time a day to make such a big impact. So please like, love, share it with your friends. What's up, Rob? Thank you for coming over, darling. Thank you, Saints. Thank you, American. Thank you, Big. Everybody,
Thank you.
Stacy, Ashley,
Congratulations.
Denise.
Wow. Jarita. Yeah, guys, this is like this is a really big discussion, right? She said that it's very hard to determine it, and sometimes it's caught late, right? And so this kind of battle, it requires that whole community, right? Your family, your caregivers, your loved ones, your medical teams,
Tribe.
your tribe, your friends, everyone becomes part of that fight. Everybody wants to help give you that strength that you need. So, for anyone in our audience that has been touched
Alexa,
by
stop.
pancreatic cancer, we want to honor your strength and the strength of those you love. So, if you are someone or you know someone that has gone through this battle or is going through this battle right now, and you're comfortable doing so, put their names in the comments. We would love to share that and be able to add our love into that person's life. So if you know someone or if you are someone and you want to put your name in there, please feel free. Don't ever feel like you have to do any of that. We just ask you to, and that way, if you want to, you are welcome to do that. There is a lot of information about World Pancreatic Day. I will say it first began in 2014 when a group of pancreatic cancer advocacy organizations met and agreed to establish it dedicated to this awareness. Um, and then I'll let you finish the
It's
rest.
every third Tuesday or Thursday in November. And of course, it's November 20th this year. And I would like to say this is a unified action. When you're talking about something global, that means it's affected and reflected all over the place. It is echoed everywhere. That doesn't seem like a a thing we want to be echoed. So again, coming in with the World Pancreatic Cancer Coalition and dozens of other organizations, they're trying to make new research, trying to find preventative ways to detect earlier. And I would love to advocate that. Again, you guys know I'm a huge cancer advocate. Touch your tits and your bits. And when I say bits, I mean everything, because touch your tits was just the start, right, for me. But
Yeah.
it really is your whole body. And you start feeling these things. For women, I know we are depleted so quickly. It's a little bit different than it is for men. And men also kind of ignore signs. So again, you guys, I know y'all think y'all are tough, but let's the tough get going right into the grave if you aren't doing something about um prevention, which is what you're in your body, and checking, keeping up with
Yeah.
yourself. So it is notoriously difficult, like we said, and the survival rate is very low. I can think of several, even my ex-husband's grandmother, who I loved so much. Her name was Eva. I watched her pass from this. It was so difficult. So shining light on these things, we are so good about that unseen, because we have taken this. I don't know where we came up with this, just start doing these awarenesses, but it brings out the warrior in everybody. This
Mhm.
color symbolism in purple, it symbolizes, and this is unanimous pretty much everywhere, courage,
Yeah.
dignity, and the fight against a disease that doesn't always get the public attention that it needs. We always hear about breast cancer and
Yeah.
colon cancer, but I don't hear as much about the pancreatic cancer, and it is like that, you guys. So
Mhm.
let's go. Again, like she said, if you're
Yeah.
comfortable naming somebody, please name them in the comments. We'd love to hold a silent space for you guys into the next
Right.
heavy topic, which this topic goes hand in hand here.
Gosh, yes. Children's Grief Awareness Day. Today is Children's Grief Awareness Day. This day really does focus on something that we don't really talk about enough, right? How children experience grief, whether it's the loss of a parent, a grandparent, a friend, or even a major life change. They can have grief for that. Kids feel deeply, right? And they just don't always have the words for it. They don't they can't express it, right? So we want to make sure that we acknowledge that, and we hold a space for those children that are grieving in some way. And it doesn't have to be a major loss. We've talked about this before too. It's like if you're dealing with anything and you're having to let something go, that's your loss, right? It doesn't have to be a person. It could be going through a transition, and maybe it's the divorce of parents, right? Then they're losing that connection with both of those parents. Those things happen, so they would be grieving a loss right there. So those are things. The purpose of this day is to remind us that grieving children don't need these different things, right? The origination day started in 2008 by the High Mark Caring Place. It was a center for grieving children in partnership with school students in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, oh my gosh, in Pennsylvania. It's observed on the third Thursday in November, which is symbolizing that it was sorry, is symbolically just before the US Thanksgiving holiday, right? It's a time that can be especially hard for those grieving families. And so that's why that has been brought to the observances during this month and that on that day. The day it especially emphasizes that children grieve deeply, even if they don't always show it. There are a lot of children that do not show their grief. And adults do the same thing too, right? We all do that, but children, and it may be because they don't know how.
I was
They
about to
don't know
say
how
that
to
they
show
might
that.
not know how to.
Yeah.
We
And
are
so,
all there's such a stigma on being sad and showing your feelings, and of course, I mean, there's fanatics on both sides, right? Some people show a little too
mhm.
many feelings. Like just now when I was sending a voodoo curse to that horrific person that came into our room, which is why I
Oh,
momentarily shut my eyes. I hope a whole entire plane just takes you off the whole place of the earth. I really do, the front of it. Anywho's,
yeah.
so when we were talking about those things, we talk about tools. Again, that advocacy, it starts at home. It starts with you. And if you haven't been the best person, today is a day that you can start to be that person. Remember, people walk among us, and you have to be aware of all of these things, including this, including knowing that these kids, I know that I just kind of was thrust into a world, and I felt like I was always an adult my entire life. I feel no different. I've told you this a bunch of times than I did when I was a child, because we get thrust into this world, and I just have to pay bills now, right? And I didn't have any tools up until recently, till COVID, when I'm in a clubhouse places and I am listening to other people and learning these kind of ideas, and which is why I love being in this space and rippling this space. I
Yeah.
think that it's quintessential because it's not talked about enough,
Yeah.
and nobody knows, mentorship. They don't know about guiding people and setting
Yeah.
examples and what those things really mean. You hear them all your life, but they literally come in as cliche instead of as a real true example.
That's right. We do have a few comments that are coming in. Ralph over here on Facebook said his son lost his mother a year ago today, November 20th to 24. We're so sorry to hear that. And your son, of course, this is a grieving day for him, right? He's grieving that loss. Our hearts go out to your whole family, to your son. And I pray that your son is able to grieve with this. It's got to be a hard thing.
This is
um,
like the hardest month for me, grief wise, as well. I lost my grandfather. Tomorrow will be his date, and I just lost my grandmother. So I've been
Bless you.
a little choked. Thank you. A little choked up about that for the past 48 hours. So I feel that, and I think, like you said, when we're talking about these holidays, I resonate with that so hard, and so many others do. It's hard. This is the first time I'm going to be without her. I'm almost 50 years old, and I
Yeah,
know you'll resonate with that too. That might be the first time that you are without someone, or the 20th time that you're without someone, and
yeah,
you're like, is this ever going to not pop up in my head and I have to push it down?
yeah, yeah. October and December are hard months for you. May is a hard one for electric. And it says It's my hardest grief month too. Um, these are all comments that are coming through, guys. It's definitely okay to put this in there. Let us know. And if you were younger when you were going through these things, is there one thing that you wish? Please put this in the comments. Is there any one thing that you wish that you would have been told about grieving when you were younger? Whether it be you were going through this process, something happened and you were trying to grieve, what is one thing that you could think of that you wish somebody would have told you? Go ahead,
I,
Jarita. I'll take yours.
I can definitely think of something because again, I didn't have that guidance, and I think so many people don't. It's not talked about anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
I would say that when you are doing things in honor of someone or carrying on traditions of someone, that is such a healing thing for me. As bad as it hurts, it also
Mm-hmm.
heals, especially when you see out your children or your friends or your nieces and nephews, whoever it may be, starting to adapt those things. And then you start seeing that legacy. And that for me is all about leaving a print over people like Mo that came in earlier, over them that supersedes that ever was even here. So,
Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on over
what
here
about
on.
you? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I was going to say, Rach said earlier,
Yeah,
she just
yeah.
realized today was the day her friend passed from leukemia and her memories popped up.
Gosh.
It is hard. We will be okay. I
Yeah.
think love, anger in the process, right? And it never ends, right?
Never ends. Yep. Yep. There's so many over here as well.
Go
Maybe
with
that's
it.
why I'm not going to do it big on Christmas. 15th year for me. Oh, for your grandmother? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so hard too. It's almost 2 years since I lost my favorite people in the life to cancer. Oh gosh, my heart goes out to you for these. I was 16 when I lost my grandma. I wish someone had told me that I wasn't alone because I accidentally did, because I felt so alone. It's okay to cry even though you're a boy. I love that one, Big. It is okay to cry. It is not something to be ashamed of. When you are a boy, a girl, it doesn't matter. It is okay to cry. It's okay to grieve. Don't hold those things in. I often wish I wouldn't have gotten to say goodbye, at least to one of them. Oh, you wish you would have. I'm so sorry. I misspoke that. I wish someone would have told me how unreal it feels. And I like the fact that this one over here is saying on how unreal it feels. And then this one over here on the other platform saying it never ends, right? We're going to always at some point grieve for something. And if we've lost someone extra special, we're going to have those grievings for them. And it could be at the most unknown moment, right? You could just do something and see something that reminds you of them, and then it just hits you, right? And it can happen at any time. My little brother's sick. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's a
Oh,
real feeling to be older than my best friend for the first time in my life. The deeper the grief, the deeper the love.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I lost
So
8 family members close to me in the last 3 years. I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that.
I
Oh my,
feel that.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, it doesn't matter when either, right? It does not. It can happen at any time, and you just realize, you're going through something. And I know mine is smells, right? I can smell
Smells is
something.
my big thing. Yeah,
It
big thing for me.
reminds me of someone, it just hits me. If it reminds me of someone, I got super
Big.
angry.
Both of my grandparents were with me when they passed away, but he said his grandfather was with him on Christmas Day when he was 18 years old.
Mm.
I love
I'm
music.
just
It
now
heals
getting
me
these
as well.
comments, guys. Please bear with me. I just
It
got those comments.
says, I choose music to grieve with, is what Ralph says. And then Chuck says, my little brother. And Ralph says, I lost my family members. I saw that, but I didn't see the one earlier. All right. Rachel says, yes, I got super angry and didn't know what was going on. Was told it was PTSD because I saw my grandmother passed away.
Oh,
Wish I got sooner than that. There was angry side of grieving. Yeah, there is an angry side of grieving, a very angry side.
it's an unreal
Sometimes
to
makes you
be older
mad
than that.
at your creator, right? Like if you believe, if you're a Christian, sometimes it can really
Yep.
shake your faith or even break it. I definitely have been in that situation. I was in that
Yep.
situation over 20 years ago tomorrow, and very, very mad in sudden things. And it took a lot. And I know a lot of people can resonate with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Denise? Is there something that you wish you would have known about grief when you were a child?
Um, you know,
Navigate it?
how much you well, and how much it hurts, right?
Right, because you
And it
you
doesn't
see
matter.
it around you, but you don't experience it till you experience it.
Right. Right. You know, how much it hurts. So, and again, I want to throw back that it's not necessarily the grieving of like a person. I I'm I'm very much one right now. I go through grieving a lot for the loss of some of the things that I used to be able to do with the disease that I have. And that grieving is just as hard. And that's another thing I want to say is I wish somebody would have told me that grieving for the loss of the use of something is just as bad as grieving the loss of a person, because and sometimes it could be even more so because it's so much more connected to you, right? Like I have a lot of the grieving process that I go through, and there are multiple stages of it, and people can go through it in different ways in their own stage.
Right, I feel that too because stuff will pop off, hindrances from surgeries. I'm sure
Mhm.
you can feel that. And it's just kind of a slap in the face. You're like, damn, man, that's not fun. But then
Yeah.
I always go
Yeah.
back to how do I navigate around this mofo and still do what I
Mhm.
need to do? And that is what I would
That's
rather
right.
focus on than the shortcoming of it, which
Mhm.
no matter what, we're all going to have shortcomings more than likely. And hopefully
That's
we
right.
get old and that happens slowly. And we do not, I don't want to be to the point where I can't do anything, but we're going to lose some of those things to use, right?
Mhm.
With
Yeah.
ourselves. And people talk about not wanting to get old all the time. I think that way kind of when I was a kid, but now I'm like, man, it's such a rite of passage to get old, such
Mhm.
a huge blessing to be able to
Yes.
get old in today's world with all the different things going on and the
Mhm.
things where we talk about cancer in here almost every day.
Yeah.
Almost every day. I
Mhm.
feel like if you add all the cancers up, I might do this with my chat GPT. Add all the cancers up. What is the likelihood that you could get any cancer? I want to know all the different ones you can get. And then I want to create an equation and I want to know what the, I bet it's lower to not get it than get it than not get it.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I like to, I know that's moving past the cancer part of it, but you were talking about the grieving and getting past it. I want people to know that it is okay to grieve, but I give myself a time. I do give myself a timeline. Like if I start having those rough days and I start grieving my stuff, I'm like, okay, you only have 5 hours. Take all the time, cry all you want, do whatever you want, that kind of thing. But give yourself the time that you need to grieve, and then build yourself back up and keep moving. That's the best thing that I can say.
I agree. And then
Yeah.
also, when you are thinking of that, there are other things we can do. We talk about treating yourself literally, treating yourself, and there
Mhm.
is a light at the end of our tunnel, or I should say, a fudge filled pool of fabulousness at the end of the tunnel. Because warriors
Mhm.
going through all those things and facing those things courageously and fighting those things courageously deserve a little treat. And today, my friends, is National Peanut Butter Fudge Day. And that sounds like a
Mhm.
big, hearty, dense treat that's deserved for something so
Oh,
big, hearty, and heavy weighted today. The discussions we've had
yeah.
today are very heavy, but they need to be discussed because, again, we are talk about prevention and all those things. We want to inspire you to go out and look for different things and maybe new ways to make peanut butter fudge, maybe with ingredients that aren't bad for you. I would say that's where I'm going to go with this because I want to honor what we're talking about. Yeah. Never give up and keep
That's
on
right.
keeping on. Heck yeah.
That's right.
I never grieved fully for years. Same. I mean, I can't show weakness. It has nothing to do with that for me. I get all, it's too much. Annabelle, oh my God, we were just talking about you earlier in
Hey,
Callie's live over on Whatnot. Whatnot, we're at, I'll tell y'all later in my show. Whatnot is coming.
fun. That's
Yes.
awesome.
I've done it before, but I want to delve in again. I've been talking to Rooster about it a little bit. Rooster's in here too. Hey, Rooster, Annabelle, Ashley, American. Thank you again, Stacy. Everybody over here on Facebook and anybody that is watching the replays, please hashtag replay. Let us know. You were here, and maybe if you have some things to put in on this again. This is about a 30-minute segment a day, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. So put that little time and effort into those awarenesses, maybe when you're driving or replaying when you're in the shower. you know I got tiny music in the back, you
Oh,
guys. Tiny music.
however, knowing how much pain my grandmother was in felt like there was peace when she passed and know that she's not hurting now. So that's what helped me, knowing she's not in pain like she was. Seeing the
Yeah,
pain like I did was what broke me more. I completely understand that. I
absolutely.
could, yes, for sure. For
Did you
sure.
know that there also is a national, hang on, let me make sure I get this. There is a national peanut board. There's a whole
A
national,
national peanut board?
yeah, like there's a board of directors of peanuts. And did you know that fudge
Dang.
dates back all the way to the 1800s, the late 1800s? And this
884.
peanut butter was first patented in 1884. That is a long time ago. Now I need to look up how good that is for you,
Long
peanut
time ago.
butter.
Mhm.
What's up? Welcome to Clapper.
Wow. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
1884,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Man, that is a nostalgic long time.
Right? It makes you want to go get like fudge. There's a place that in a city I grew up in. I won't say the name of it, but there's a place you used to be able to go in. It was a jewelry store, but you could get malts and stuff. And I think about it like pep sticks and that kind of thing. I love that life right there. That's why I want my black and white back. Clapper, please. Did you know one of the towns by Leanne has the largest peanut? No, but no, I want to go. Sweetness and struggle. Include this in your day today. Include some kind of fabulousness, where it be sitting down quietly and reading a book, dancing in the rain, or having a piece of fudge. I am down for having this. And you know what else? Share. Sharing is caring. Maybe you want to go next door and have some with your neighbor that you have always wondered why you only
Yeah.
see them by themselves. Or maybe, I don't know, you might be a weirdo or something if you walk up to somebody in a restaurant. I always see people eating alone in a restaurant. I just want to go sit with them. I'm one of those girls. uh,
But that's a good thing, right? Because
it
you
used
may
to
be the
be.
only person that's
It used to be a good thing. Now they might be a Mo. Did you see Mo come in earlier? You might be sitting down with a Mo. I'll sit down with you 5 minutes alone, Mo. Anywho's. So, does
yeah.
anybody have a recipe that might be fabulous for this? And if so, please send it in my DM immediately. You could drop it in the comments too, so everybody else could have it. But thinking of ways, maybe like I like to use like honey for sweeteners and agave and stuff like that. And I'm wondering, like, I've never made fudge before, but my dude loves peanut butter. Maybe he would really like peanut butter. And I'm thinking maybe I should
You could
try
do
that.
it. You could do it with honey.
I wonder what the ingredients
Mhm.
for fudge is. I'm gonna look up fudge recipes now. Look what y'all did. Look what y'all did. All right. I hope you guys tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. We have some fabulous things going on with you. And if you aren't having the best day, I hope you created peanut butter fudge with walnuts. I have got to get out of this room now. I love y'all so much. Stick around for our mantra. Make that day.
It's your journey. Embrace it. Have a great Honor the heart, the heavy and the healing. Carry love for those missed, and hope for those still fighting. Hold space for grief. Welcome moments of joy, and rise with compassion. For all beings near and far, walk gently today, strong in spirit, steady in love, open in grace.
From limitations to liberation, we are a warrior's journey. Different battles, same mission. Monday through Friday, 4 p.m.